say legends are born on the track, but the 1931 Bugatti Type 55 Supersport? That legend dressed for dinner. This isn't just another vintage Bugatti. This is the car that married raw racing pedigree with elegance, that turned heads at grand hotels. While other cars of its time roared, the Type 55 whispered confidence. Imagine a race car with the soul of an artist. Today on Torque Update, we're diving deep into one of the most breathtaking Bugattis ever built, the 1931 Bugatti Type 55 Supersport. Get ready for a ride that's equal parts history, horsepower, and haute couture. Let's start with that silhouette: long hood, flowing fenders, a low stance that looked like it was built to sprint even at a standstill. The Jean Bugatti designed bodywork, especially in the roadster versions, was poetry in motion. This wasn't just function-first styling. This was Bugatti flexing design muscles the world hadn't even realized existed. Chrome accents, sculpted lines, and the iconic horseshoe grille. Everything exuded prestige. And then there's that dual-tone paint scheme many came with, usually black and yellow, giving it that unmistakable Bugatti contrast. It was sporty, but elegant. Flashy, but never loud. A visual oxymoron in the best way possible. Now let's talk guts. Under that sweeping hood sat the 2.3-liter straight-8 engine, directly derived from the Bugatti Type 51 Grand Prix car. This was no detuned cruiser engine. It was a 130-horsepower beast with a DOHC setup, made it to a 4-speed gearbox. In 1931, that was borderline insane. Most road cars of the era barely scratched 50 horsepower. Yet here was the Type 55 Supersport pushing double that, and doing it with silky refinement. The chassis, lightweight and stiff. Handling, predictable, yet thrilling. Driving a Type 55 wasn't just about speed. It was about feel. The steering was communicative, the throttle eager, and the exhaust note. Pure mechanical opera. This was a road-going Bugatti that could genuinely handle itself at Le Mans. And it did. Some Type 55s were modified for endurance racing and held their own against the best of their day. While the Type 35 may have dominated racing, the Type 55 dominated desire. Celebrities, aristocrats, and industrial tycoons craved this car. It was fast enough to thrill, but refined enough to chauffeur you to a gala. Jean Bugatti's involvement gave the Type 55 an artistic touch that elevated it beyond just a car. It became a rolling sculpture, often featured at concours d'elegance and elite auto gatherings. Today, when a Type 55 crosses the auction block, it's an event. We're talking multi-million-dollar price tags and collectors practically dueling for a chance to own one. In 2020, a pristine example fetched over $7 million. It's even been featured in documentaries and museum exhibits as an example of early 20th century automotive art. Here's what makes the Type 55 so incredible. Nearly a century later, it still looks modern. It's got that timeless shape, that magnetic charm, that power-to-weight ratio that even some modern sports cars struggle to match. The Type 55 didn't just leave a mark. It etched its name into the granite of automotive history. It's a reminder of what cars used to be: raw, elegant, and deeply personal. And in an era of autonomous EVs and digital dashboards, the Type 55 stands as a monument to mechanical romance. Only 38 were ever built, and every single one is cherished like a Fabergé with wheels. So, what do you think? Is the Bugatti Type 55 Super Sport the ultimate fusion of speed and style? Would you take it over a Type 35 or even a modern Chiron? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you're a fan of rare classics, automotive artistry, and vintage powerhouses, you're in the right garage. Hit that like button, subscribe to Torque Update, and ring that bell so you never miss another story from the golden age of motoring. Until next time, keep your engines purring and your classics polished.